everybody, it's Stacy from LoveHealth.us. Take a deep breath, because today it's the quick and dirty on meditation. So this is what's helped me along my way in learning about health and trying to get my health where I want it to be. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. And one part that I'm really working on lately is meditation. One of the reasons I'm working on it more is because of this video and my website. My website is what keeps me motivated to keep my health journey going and to do a video on meditation. I mean, it's hard to do a video and tell other people, hey, meditation's great, I love it, and it's really helping me if I'm not doing it. So as I'm planning to make this video, I've been doing my meditation more and more and finding out. I'm going to tell you the things that I do for meditation that help me, but you have to figure out what's best for you. So I'd like to give you a lot of different ideas, and I don't have all of them. There's so many more out there. A little bit of education, a little bit of research will serve you well. So here's your quick and dirty start on how to do some meditation and how I do meditation that might help you. When I first started meditating, I think I got a little more into it when I realized there were some nights when I couldn't sleep. If I had anticipatory anxiety about the next day, the first day of school or something like that, I couldn't sleep sometimes, and insomnia is terrible, and I only suffer from it very occasionally, like in a situation like that, so I can't imagine. But I started to, I think I heard this from somewhere, that you could just breathe deep, do a count, breathe in for 5 seconds, hold your breath for 5 seconds, and then exhale for 5 seconds. And I like to start with my toes, and I say, okay, I'm relaxing my toes, and I wiggle my toes, and I do the breathing 5 seconds in, hold it, and out, or 7 seconds, or some people like to do like 7-1-7, a different count. So you just find a count that works for you, or you can do a mantra when you breathe, which I think is sometimes better than counting, because it puts those positive words into your psyche. So you could say love, health, wealth, peace, and happiness, and just keep repeating that in your head. Love, health, wealth, peace, and happiness, and hold your breath, and then exhale, and then wiggle your toes, and then your feet, and your ankles, and your calves, and your knees. And usually by the time I got to my thighs, I was asleep. So that really helped me, and I guess was my first real proof that some type of meditation or relaxation really can work and help you, because sleep is so important to your health. One thing we know, and this became really popular the past few years, is just breathe, these little signs. I put a little note in my car, just breathe, and then after a while you kind of start ignoring the note. But if you can remember to breathe as much as possible and breathe deeply. We breathe so shallow nowadays, we don't really think about our breath, and if you really focus on your breath and breathe more deeply, it brings a mode of relaxation to your body. Everybody knows that sometimes when you get upset or angry about something, you stop and breathe, or you hold your breath and count to 10. So controlling your breathing really can help control you emotionally and help you get to a state of relaxation. So just breathing and counting is a great way to start meditating. And everyone thinks that, meditation is hard, or I don't know if I'm doing it right, I don't know how to meditate. Anything you do will help, and anything you do will help you get further and further. I find the more I meditate, the better I feel, the better it gets, the more I feel like it's working. So, and how do you know it's working? Well, you feel better, and you get more focused, you get more done. You're less worried about the past and the future, and you're living a little more in the present. So that is kind of how you tell it's working. And for graphics for this for this video, I saw one that said it's not the duration, it's the frequency. So how often you do it is more important than how long you meditate for, because people think they have to sit and meditate for an hour. One of my doctors, holistic doctors, said when he learned to meditate, and he does this all the time throughout the day, it can just be a minute. If you do 1 minute a day, you literally can change things for yourself. He said the easiest meditation he found that works is that when you wake up in the morning, you look out the window, you take some deep breaths in, and you notice the trees. and notice the flowers and notice the road, the house, the grass, the birds. Just taking a moment, and I think after reading a certain book I'm reading now, I realize that that is a meditation, that is being in the present moment and making sure you're not thinking, oh, I got to get breakfast for the family, oh, I have to make sure I remember this appointment. Take a moment before that rush of things you have to do today starts flooding your mind, and just look out the window and breathe deep and say, look at the beautiful trees and look at the beautiful grass, and just really take them in and appreciate them. And that will start your day out so much better if you make it a practice to try it every day. Appreciating nature and being in nature is another great way to meditate. Just taking a walk, or better yet, a hike in the woods, and being with nature and trees and flowers and birds and animals is so restorative to your mind and body and soul. They even say they have nature bathing clubs now. And I'm like, oh, I think that sounds like hiking in groups, where people get together and they go out in nature, they go for a hike, and they really enjoy and appreciate nature. And there was even something in the article about nature bathing that said trees give off oils that boost your immune system. So be a tree hugger. I love to camp, and sitting in front of a campfire is awesome. If you don't like to camp, sit on your own deck in front of a campfire. Sit in your house if you have a fireplace, and watch the fire, and really watch the fire instead of thinking of that list of things to do again. Breathe deep and watch the fire. One of my favorite meditation podcasts from the Meditation Society of Australia has you just watch a candle. On one of their first meditations, they tell you there's a basic meditation you can do with watching a candle and breathing, and they talk you through it. So some people, at one point I was waking up 20 minutes early. That was good for me. I was getting up, going on the couch, sitting there and listening to some meditation podcasts and doing that. I kind of, like I said, I always feel a little bit too rushed in the morning to do that, so I've changed that up a little bit, but that's another way people like to meditate. Just get up in the morning and do it right away. For a few minutes. And if you look at one of the articles linked on my website by Dr. Kelly Brogan, she does say, she has an article about that time of day being the best time to meditate and how to start your day the most effectively. Sean Croxton is another great place to start. I think he's a great place to start for any and all health needs, because really he is doing what I'm trying to do with my website, connect you to experts. But if you just are looking to kickstart your day, a good place to start is Quote of the Day by Sean Croxton. He has different experts on there that are motivational, inspirational, and it's not necessarily about meditation, but what I like to do is listen to the quote of the day in the car, and then at the end, breathe deep a few times and really contemplate and think about the message that I just heard and see how I could apply it to my own life. Another great place to start, Infinite Waters with Ralph Smart. Not only does he have several videos talking about meditation and how to meditate, but every video he makes, he reminds you to breathe. He's like, hey, everybody, okay, take a deep breath, breathe in that great prana, and he breathes. So when I listen to him in the morning on the car ride, because I have an hour commute, wow, I'm like, oh, geez, I forgot to breathe. So Ralph reminds me to breathe, and I take some deep breaths, and wow, what a difference it makes just to take a few of those deep breaths. Speaking of Infinite Waters and Ralph Smart, he also is a musician, so he creates music, and some of the music he creates is 432 hertz and 500, I forgot how many hertz music that is supposed to be specially created to tap into certain parts of your mind and make certain parts of your mind activated, to help your third eye open, your pineal gland to open, so that you can be more intuitive and more aware of everything around you in life. So playing that music and meditating in the background would be fantastic. If you can hear the music in the background now, that's what I'm playing. So music is a wonderful tool to use with meditation. I have one podcast in particular that is my favorite, and it is Learn to Meditate. And you can see the graphic that included here by the Meditation Society of Australia. There's 50 lessons, and they give you a lesson at the beginning, and then the last 10, 15, 20 minutes, 5 minutes is a meditation practice. And whoa, on the second one, on the second, I think it's the second lesson, they tell you the meaning of life, which is pretty profound, and teach you about that and take you through one of the most beautiful meditations. By the end of it, I was bawling. It was so beautiful, and that was just an amazing experience. So I've listened to all 50 of them several times, and I continue to listen to them, even if it's just in the car ride. But to actually put headphones on and sit and deep breathe and listen and do the meditations properly over and over again has helped me. So I have 3 apps that I use a lot: Headspace, Calm, and John Gabriel's app. So in these apps, they have a pay version, but for free, you can listen over and over again to the parts that are free that they offer, and I love them. Those were some of the ones that I was doing when I was getting up at 5 in the morning or 5:30 and just sitting for 15, 20 minutes on the couch with my headphones in, because they're 10 minutes long, and they're really relaxing and wonderful, and they teach you how to meditate and make it really as simple as they can for you. Even on Headspace, they have a kids version, but that's in the pay version, because meditating with your kids and your family is great. John Gabriel used meditation and visualization to go from 400 pounds to 180 pounds. So at night, I will put on one of his YouTube videos often, and I'll let that play as I go to sleep. Because he does a whole visualization about how you want your body to look and how you want to feel and how you're going to eat, and you crave green, healthy, vibrant food instead of junk food. So he has that on YouTube, but I have that linked to my website as well, and it's wonderful. I listen to that over and over again. Teal Swan is another of my favorite YouTube spiritual teachers. She and Ralph Waters actually do some videos together, because they're really in the same field as far as teaching people how to teaching people about spirituality, which does not mean religion, and religion can be spiritual and spirituality doesn't have to be religious. So it could be either way. It's whatever is good for you and whatever is serving you that is important. So Teal has some videos about meditation and opening your third eye, and she's very intuitive and an amazing speaker, and wow, she will really make you think and rethink some of the things you thought you knew, especially those things you're trying to suppress out of your life and out of your system that are only going to come back and haunt you if you don't face up to them. So what you resist persists. Remember that. When I really started trying to focus on my meditation practice, I started to look into tapping. My friend actually introduced it to me. She was learning about it, and I looked it up on Dr. Mercola's website. He has Julie Schiffman, who is fabulous, and she talks you through how to tap, what tapping is, and how to use it for so many things, just relaxation, anxiety, for food cravings. And that's how I started to help myself during my yeast cleanse to not crave sugar, because sugar is such a potent and powerful drug, and it's so addicting, and I am an addict. Hi, my name is Stacy, and I'm a sugar addict. And she talked you through this technique. It's called the Emotional Freedom Technique, EFT. You might have heard of it. They even have a movie about it. I haven't watched it yet, but I will. And shorthand, people call it tapping, because you literally do tap on yourself when you do it. And one of the most important things, which Dr. Serini, that was on Sean Croxton's podcast, that's also linked to my website that I was talking about earlier, he even mentioned tapping and said how important it was that one of the first things you do when you tap is you tap on the karate chop point, they call it, and you say whatever you should, even though I want that chocolate so bad right now and I deserve it, I worked so hard today and I really want it and I'm having trouble stopping this craving, I love and accept myself anyway. And that, he said, is the key, one of the key parts to tapping, because in his research he found that that is what is so powerful and helpful in a mindfulness or meditation practice. So if you just go to Dr. Mercola, and I have Julie Schiffman's videos linked below, you can find a lot of information about EFT. Another popular meditation that people swear by is transcendental meditation. Even the Beatles were into transcendental meditation, so you know it's awesome. So the transcendental meditation, TM, I haven't taken a course on that, but apparently you have to take a course because they give you your own personal mantra that you're supposed to say as you do the transcendental meditation, and a lot of people swear by that. There's a book called Mind Over Medicine by Dr. Lissa Rankin. It is mind-blowing, amazing book, research-based, how you can heal yourself with your mind and the way you think. It's crazy. But praying is an awesome way to meditate. I mean, this is the way people have been meditating for thousands of years. I'm a day meditation. I was talking to my friend about meditation, and she said, well, you know, I'm Muslim, and so I pray 5 times a day, and to her, that's a perfect meditation, and it really is, because they say short, quick meditations throughout the day would be wonderful if we could all find the time to do it. And if you think about just doing 1 minute at a time here and there, it is possible. But praying before bed or praying before dinner or lunch or breakfast is, I mean, that's an easy habit to incorporate into your day. So now I try, and I don't always remember to do it, honestly, because I'm, like I said, I'm just on my journey here too with you. But I do try now before I eat to stop, to breathe deep, to even put my hands together sometimes, and just say, I'm so grateful for this food. I'm so grateful for organic farmers. I'm so grateful for Taylor for cooking this for me. Research shows that praying before dinner helps you digest better. So if you know, digestion is key to your health. Your body needs the tools to heal. Meditation is one tool, and nutrition is a huge tool. And the more you can digest your food, the better. So car meditation, here's one of my favorites. My friend says she started to pull over in a safe place on the side of the road. Be careful, people aren't paying attention, they're on their cell phone. Minutes of meditation, sets her timer, and does deep breathing and meditation for 6 minutes, and then she starts driving again. So I started doing that when I got to work. Just, you know, get everything ready that I'm gonna do and get my keys put away, so I don't want to left my keys in the car again. And I do a 1 minute, sometimes 2 minutes, whatever I think I can afford without stressing myself out. I do a couple minutes, or even 1 minute or 30 seconds of meditation. Sometimes it's just deep breathing and counting. But yoga is a great path to meditation, because not only is it so calm and relaxing and it's focused on the breath, but at the end they always have you do a 10-minute meditation. Sometimes people fall asleep like me, but that just goes to show you how powerful meditation can be. So yoga, one other thing I've heard about yoga, and something else I want to get into, is Kundalini yoga. So I've heard this, I think Dr. Kelly Brogan was the one who was talking about Kundalini yoga and how much that was really her thing. So one of my goals within this next week or two is to get to a Kundalini yoga class and try it out and see what I think about that. But any of those types of arts, martial arts, karate, anything that helps you focus your chi. So focusing your inner energy, focusing it in one spot instead of having your mind fractaling out to all these different places that it wants to go constantly. To focus that energy on something is a wonderful gift. And in this book that I'm reading now, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, it's a mind blower. I have to keep rewinding and repeating parts to really try to understand all this, but I think I'm starting to understand. I'm only in the beginning stages of the book, but he talks about being in the now as being so present on the present moment and how freeing that can be. So take that time and really get focused, even if it's looking out the window at lunch for 1 minute before you eat your lunch, right at the beginning of lunch, because if you wait till the end of lunch, you know, that lunchtime will be over and you won't have done it. So at the beginning of lunch, look out the window at a tree and just look at the tree and really appreciate its beauty, or nature, or whatever scene you're seeing, because that focus alone can save your soul. Apparently that is going to get us to enlightenment. This is the path to enlightenment. Eckhart Tolle is amazing me with the fact that something we already know, all the answers that we need in life are inside of us, and all the answers we are seeking about the world, the universe, each other, ourselves, they're inside of us, and we are all connected. And the more you raise your vibration, the more you raise the vibration of everyone around you. The more calm and happy you are, the more calm and happy everyone is around you. So focusing your chi. Center your chi. Focus your energy on the present moment. Stop worrying about the past because that's gone, and the future hasn't happened yet. So, taking a hike, taking a walk on the beach. My friend said, she doesn't meditate like a regular practice, but for her, collecting sea glass on the beach is the best meditation she can think of. So there are things like that. Even I don't know if this would work, but knitting and sewing and art, painting, watercolors, poetry, drawing, sketching, anything that taps into your creativeness, your creativity, and your creative mindset is going to help you focus your energy, focus your chi on that, whatever you're working on that piece of art, and help you block out all the nonsense around you. Now, don't forget, one thing that's important to know in meditation is you don't sit there and think I'm doing it wrong because I can't stop these thoughts from coming. If you listen to a couple of those apps like Calm and Headspace, they will tell you, let the thoughts come and go, but try just to notice them and let them pass by. Try not to focus on them and say, oh, I'm thinking about how I have to go to lunch duty. And instead say, and then start focusing, oh, lunch duty is terrible, and oh, it's an indoor recess day, it's going to be so loud. Stop. Just let it go by. Lunch duty. Oh, let it go. Lunch duty's floating by. Gonna go back. Let the clouds float by in your mind and try to refocus, because Eckhart Tolle says as soon as you realize that you are unfocused and you're not living in the present, you are living in the present. So that's it. Those are my tips for you. It's just the tip of the iceberg. YouTube, books, podcasts, apps. There is so much out there. I love the best, but now that I have an hour commute back and forth to work, Audible books, great way to learn and really get your learning on, because it is the key to all success in all areas. Read books constantly, continually, push yourself to learn, and that will really help you on your journeys in all parts of life, not just meditation. But there are millions out there. But I know it's like overwhelming sometimes, so that's what this website's about. It's supposed to help you find a place to start and give you some great resources that you can just connect with right now. So I hope this has helped you, and I hope that it has helped. I know it's helped me, because if I'm going to preach it, I got to practice it. So I'm going to get my meditation on, and I'm going to get my learning on, and I'm going to keep going with it. So this is my first meditation video. When I learn more new stuff, I'll make another one. But in the meantime, live it up. It's later than you think. And love, health, wealth, happiness, and joy to you. Bye, everybody. Thank you.